It's the Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. Dave Cackley's over there. You're looking fresh and smooth today.
I am. That's what that lotion does.
Oh,
Put the lotion on the skin.
Nothing
I don't want to get
creepier
the
than
hose
lotion.
again.
Thank you for starting the day off with that. All I can see is you at the bottom of a pit with some guy spraying a fire hose on you, telling you to rub lotion on yourself. Ugh, gross.
Look at these pores. Look at it. Look at this.
Oh,
Look at
yeah.
his face. Look at this face.
Look
at
at
this head.
that
Look at
face. Lotion.
Smooth. That's how you do it.
God, I'm
telling you.
Anyway, great night last night at Muskegon Tonight Live. Thank you to Pub 111 and everybody that came out. You were in demand. You're going to have to come out to one of these shows.
One of these shows, I will
soon.
definitely make it out.
Yeah, you have to. People are begging.
I will. Okay.
And then Britta had the Workaholic Women's Wednesday cruise on the Port City, or not the Port. Sorry. I'm a local.
Uh-oh. You're gonna get
called
letters.
The Aquastar now. I know, dude. Habits are hard to change, man. So, two great big events last night. We did great. Very exciting
Way to
night.
go.
So,
Fantastic.
I have to make a recommendation to you, and I know it's going to be a while before you get to see this. And I've gone back and forth because I can't really make up my mind about this, whether or not it's good or it's remarkably so awful that you have to see it.
Hang on one second. Yeah, I do. I'm doing my West Michigan though, so I still have my mic. Yeah.
Oh, so you're gonna talk to them instead of me?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dude. I had this is a live podcast. Things happen.
I'm telling you a story.
Yeah,
and who was that was more important than me?
No, it was Rory.
Rory from Fruitport.
Rory.
Yeah, Rory. Okay.
Yeah, Rory. Yeah.
Rory's
Rory
more important than Andy's story. I get it.
No. I'm sorry. Continue with your story because I was looking forward to this movie recommendation you were talking about.
All right. So since you're the only one on earth that's got YouTube Red or whatever you got and Netflix, you got to get Amazon Prime, and you got to look up this movie called Vannon.
Vanit?
Vannon. VAN.
Vannon.
IN. Apostrophe.
Okay. Sell me on it.
Okay. So back in the 70s, there was this culture, well, I mean, it kind of left over Woodstock and whatever, bikers and all this other kind, whatever.
Right. Hippies, hip huggers, and the like.
Yeah. So a part of that culture broke off into a subculture where they did their vans up. And if you remember back as a kid, you had your Matchbox cars.
Right, and some would have the weird, crazy the designs on the vans. Yeah.
These people are real.
Okay.
There's a documentary out about these folks. I mean, dude, you got to see these people to believe them. And a half of me is kind of like, oh, my God, what a parade of white trash. And on the other half of the coin, it is like, I so want to go hang out with these people because they're awesome. You know what I mean? They've got Death Star vans, and they've got vans that are done up like discos on the inside, and they've got, you name it, you pick your van, and they're all just hanging out in they're in Elkhorn, Wisconsin for their big national meet. They're hanging out in some dusty, dirty field.
Okay.
I mean, it's like a biker rally, and I'm not saying anything bad about them or anything like that. I'm really not trying to put them down. A big part of me says, why don't you come to Muskegon? Let's do this here because this looks awesome.
It could, you know what? It's one of those things, what's old is new again. So you could see people doing that again.
Right.
You totally see people doing that again because nobody has any imagination or creativity anymore. So you just rehash old stuff.
At one point,
that's interesting.
At one point, they would draw 40 to 50,000 people to these events.
That's crazy.
Okay. Now it's more along the lines of 500 to 700.
Okay.
But all they really want you to do is let them park, get the hell out of their way, and let them party for a weekend. That's all they want. And I'm like, I have to go to this.
Put up a beer tent.
That's it.
Make some money off this
thing.
They
have their own beer tents. They have, and they've got this thing where you got to see it. Vannon.
All right. I will consider it.
No, don't consider it. Make it a...
Okay.
Come here today and come watch
it. As soon as you watch Shawshank Redemption, I
saw it on TBS
for
once.
15 years, and
you got to watch Vannon, dude. I mean, it is right. The one guy does the entire show with no shirt on, and he makes me look tiny.
Did he look like Fee Waybill from the Tubes?
No,
Remember him at
no. Fee Waybill's a skin and bones.
That was a
This
bad
guy,
look.
you know what this guy looks like? He looks like
What?
Grizzly Adams without a shirt.
Oh my God.
You got to watch it. It's just,
Right.
it's incredible.
Okay.
I want it.
We'll see. All right, ready to get into this?
You don't seem impressed with my Vannon story.
Yeah,
I thought you'd go a little further with it.
I know. I thought it was cool. These people seem interesting. They're not the kind of people I'd probably want to hang out with for longer than about a half hour, 45 minutes, unless depending on if I was a couple of scotches in, I could hang with these people longer. It would all depend on my scotch intake.
Well, let's get you a bottle of scotch.
How long I could deal with the van people. All right. The van people might be a 4 to 5 scotch on the rocks, no water mixing.
With the rocks,
Might have
too.
to go solid, just straight rocks. All right. Ready?
Go. Yeah.
Let's do it. Hurricane Dorian caused limited damage after brushing Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands on Wednesday as a Category 1 storm. Dorian's now heading toward the Bahamas and the east coast of Florida. Forecasters say it could strengthen to a Category 3. At least they're silently hoping it will, because then there's carnage and there's excitement. Like, oh my God, this is horrible. Look at all this red. Oh, this is and they have to keep themselves from saying this is awesome because there's carnage and death in a wake. But
you know what my new favorite term is?
What?
Polar coaster.
Oh, yeah, because that's coming in the winter. That's completely
Polar
separate
coaster
from the hurricane.
Of love.
Yeah, it's a Red Hot Chili Pepper world.
The polar
but there's
coaster
also
followed
talk
by the
of-
baby boom.
Yeah.
Nice.
Right. There's also talk of what's the cone of uncertainty there. That's Aaron Offsire used that earlier. They don't really know necessarily where it's going to hit or the severity once it hits land. It could be a Category 1, could be a Category 3. We don't know.
So,
but like I said, most of
what
these
you're trying
people
to
are
tell me
silently hoping.
with the code of uncertainty,
Cone of uncertainty.
the cone
not
of
code.
uncertainty is that
Cone
weather
of
people are turning into the Illuminati.
Yeah, basically.
And they're scaring us with terms.
Yes, they're scaring us with words.
The polar coaster.
Just stay away from Florida, bottom line. Actor Matthew McConaughey will become Professor McConaughey this fall. Matthew will be a professor at Tennessee, University of Tennessee, or not Tennessee, Texas, excuse me. The professor of practice at the university's College of Communication. He graduated from Texas back in 1993. So that'd be very cool. I've seen if you get a chance, check out Matthew McConaughey on YouTube, just giving some speeches at colleges. Most speeches are terrible from especially from actors. They usually really, really, really suck. But if you get a chance to listen to either Matthew McConaughey, Denzel Washington is another good guy to hear speak. If you just heard him just talking about his career and just really, really kind of energizing young people. And it's awesome. It really is. I think Matthew McConaughey will be a great professor for a completely and utterly useless communications degree.
Well,
So
I would take the class just to look at his abs.
Oh, there you go.
See?
Is he gonna do the classes with his shirt off? I mean, the ladies and some of the men want to know.
And you know what I think I would do? I think I would go like this. I think I would be in a class, and I think I would go up and go, "Is that patchouli oil?"
I can't tell if McConaughey is one of those guys that smells good or bad. I don't know. I got a feeling he would have like a Brad Pitt or Leo DiCaprio-esque funk because, they're rumored to have kind of nasty BO.
Right.
Because they don't wash regularly. I don't know if McConaughey. You see the Lincoln commercials, you don't think he'd be that guy.
No.
But who knows? Maybe,
Right.
Maybe spritzes a little Hugo Boss on him. I don't know. Finally, a possible government shutdown is looming in Lansing. The legislature and Governor Whitmer need to reach a budget deal by October 1st to avoid the shutdown. Republicans and Democrats still at odds over road funding. Of course, still a lot of roads in Muskegon that need repair. The governor has proposed a 45-cent gas tax hike. There's no way. I mean, we haven't gotten larger than a 6-cent hike, so that's just not going to happen. It'll be interesting to see what kind of compromise they come up with because nowhere you're not getting that and you can't get it. So we'll see.
Okay, so let's bring this down to street terms.
Okay.
You and I do this every day, right?
Mm-hmm.
We no matter how many people are tuned in, some days big numbers, some days little numbers, all that.
Right.
Imagine us if we just came here every day and stared at each other for 12 minutes.
Okay. I don't know.
That's what's going on in Lansing.
Yeah, pretty much. It's a stare down. But here's
that's
they're going to get a budget deal passed because they have to get a budget deal passed.
Yeah, here's the problem,
have
though.
To balance the
Okay,
books.
you and
They'll
I get
get
next to
worked out.
nothing for doing this. You get nothing. You're just doing this for grins, right?
Yeah.
Well, I pay your phone bill. Okay, great.
Okay.
So, they're getting $72,000 a year.
Yeah.
To stare at each other.
You can't. Well, you can't. Well, here's the. In fairness to both sides on this, you got to do something about the roads. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And in fairness, the other side, it can't be a 45-cent gas tax. It can't be there.
Okay.
That's not even close to a starting. But you can't get 20 cents. You're not going to
Okay.
get a quarter. You're not going to get 10.
Okay.
That's never been done. It's not going to happen. So you got to come up with another way.
Okay. So
that's
come up
all
with
I'm
one.
saying on this. Okay. And
Quit
they will.
staring at
They've
each other
got
like
a month.
Look, quit. Get off your asses and do something.
This is a poker. There's a poker game, and somebody's got to blink
It's not
first.
a poker game.
Yeah, it is. It's a poker
It's not.
game. Yeah,
It's bullshit.
That's what politics is. Politics is a high stakes poker game.
It
with
is
the
not.
people's money.
It's people's lives.
It's people's
Fixing
money.
the roads.
It's not our lives.
Dude.
Yeah.
This is
We'll be fine. They'll get something worked out.
I know we'll be fine.
It'll be
I know
fine.
everything's going to be great. We're going to be hunky-dory great.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you what. If I was elected, I'd be swinging. And
I
would
get
be I'm so glad I didn't win that because I would be furious.
Yeah. What would be the NDO plan?
I don't have one. And you know what?
Okay.
I don't need one because I didn't win.
All right.
Fine, good.
Okay.
But
So you don't have to
this is ridiculous.
I don't get.
We can't come up with nothing. How many of you are there sitting there staring each other down over a budget for the state, and now the rest of us all have to suffer because two groups who all march in lockstep with each other on either side of the aisle have got this broken, hogwash, ridiculous mess going on, and now, the government's going to have to shut down. Sorry, everybody. We just can't.
We'll survive.
You can't. I know we will.
government
I
shuts
get
down,
it.
we'll
Don't get
survive.
me wrong. But
So,
can you
yeah,
see
so like
the
I said, that's
horrible
why I just
example
laugh
that's
at it.
being set?
You see, this is just a difference in our mindsets with this. You're outraged by it. I just laugh at it and think it's hysterical because this is what they do, and they'll get a deal
it's no
done.
big deal. Yeah,
And
I'd
she's
love
a-
to pay you
and-
$72,000 a year to sit. Give me a job where I can sit and
This
do
is
nothing
part of
for
the job.
$72,000 a year.
Part
Give
of the
me that
job is not.
please.
Part of the job is not necessarily bending to the will of the other
Oh.
side. Whether you're a Republican or a Democrat, you're not going to bend to the other's will. You got to.
Dave.
They will figure out a compromise,
Dave,
and neither side will be happy.
get this
It'll
out
be
of
good.
your head. It's
What?
not an other side game. They're there working for us. They're not there working for their party.
No, they represent the people that voted for them.
Right.
Okay.
Us.
They represent. That's not you or me.
And
That's
win or
yeah.
lose, after the fact, if you're a Republican or a Democrat, you got to put that aside. And you got to realize
give you
you're
an
representing
example.
everybody.
Let me give you an
So
example.
That's where the problem comes in.
Interest of full disclosure, I voted for Gretchen Whitmer. I
Yeah.
do not want a 45-cent gas tax. I think that's
And
insane. I
fine.
think that's
I'm not saying you
ridiculous.
have to have one.
So my point is, either side, they're gonna not bend. Like I said, this is why when I call it a game, I'm making an analogy, as this is a high stakes poker game with our money that they're playing with, and they're gonna eventually all throw their money in. They're gonna split it up, and you're gonna get some compromise that neither side will be completely happy with. I'm just curious about why you would put the 45-cent tax as your starting point when you
Ugh.
know you're not going to get. Why wouldn't you start with maybe 12 cents and or 14 cents and end up getting a deal at maybe 8? But you're just not getting the 40, and
Dude.
you're going to have to get the money from other places, and it's probably going to end up being education. That's the only other place you can do it, which is
Stupid.
fine. Which is fine.
Stupid.
They'll get it. They'll get it worked out. It's not something I'm really concerned with. I find it interesting.
And it's not just this situation that's stupid. It's the whole thing. It's this whole battle between Democrats and Republicans. It is ridiculous. It is.
Well, everybody's in their little
Dude,
tribes.
here's the thing,
now.
all right? I'm on the city council in Roosevelt Park till the end of November, when I'm not going to run again. I'm just,
Okay.
That's enough for me. Thank
done.
you. There are people that are not my favorite people in Roosevelt Park, but if they call me as one of their elected people, I find out the answers that they need. I don't go, well, you're more of a Republican than I am, so I'm not going to answer that question. Sorry. That's not how that works. That's not how any of it is supposed to work.
No, it's not.
Okay,
It's not how
thank you
it's-
for admitting
things
that. Do
don't-
your sports.
Things don't work ideally the way we'd always like them. That's
Well, but you get my point.
yeah,
Thank you.
I see.
Do your
That's
sports.
what you're saying. Sports.
God, I
Cubs
did not
win.
want to start
Cubs.
off with a headache like this. Thank you.
You're the one who didn't let it go.
I'm not gonna let it go because it's ridiculous. It is absolutely
it's
ridiculous that we're facing a government shutdown because party lines are their heels are dug in to this point. It's shameful.
Everybody's tribal now. Sports. Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. They beat the Mets 10-7. Detroit 91 losses and counting. They fall to Cleveland 4-2. Sparty takes on Tulsa tomorrow as the college football season kicks off in earnest. That's a 7 o'clock kickoff time. Michigan goes against Middle Tennessee State Saturday night. That's
I
sports.
can see a win coming up soon. Go blue. Go.
Get out of
blue.
here.
We're gonna put some
See
money
you
on the
tomorrow.
season. Michigan State.
Oh, who has more wins?
No, I was thinking, maybe the game.
Not
maybe
on the
wins.
game because the game's at Michigan. Unless you're giving me points.
I'll-
Give me a touchdown.
I don't get that. I don't want to do that.
Oh, of course you don't because it's math. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
See you, man.
Bye.